things I want to do to wrap up. The first is I want to show you, so this is an array bag of balls. Okay, and I had to do 2 array bag of balls here because when you update your array bag of balls, we don't have an iterator, so we can't go through every ball in this bag. You can write one, you can just put it in array bag. But what I did was I removed the value and then updated it. So we removed the value, we updated it, and while to update does not equal null, because null is going to be returned when we remove an empty value. And what I do is I have 2 bags. So I have my bag 2 and my bag 1, and every time you remove a value from my bag 1, you insert it into my bag 2, so you don't lose any of these balls. And then at the end, you just make my bag equal to my bag 2. So it's a slick way to get around the fact that we don't have a way to iterate through this. And then, but this is all us updating. This is your regular ball class right here. And this is us inserting on every mouse click. We just call the constructor and make a new ball, right? That's referenced from that array. And now we have an infinite ball bag, and every time we click, it creates new balls, right? So you could do kind of this fun stuff and just keep on going till it gets crazy. It'd be even better if they bounced off each other. So some of you are working on that. If you got that to work, that would make this look cool as heck. Otherwise, you just keep on going forever. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to show you is, so you have to implement remove for the generic array bag, but I think you did. If you didn't, it's not, it's really easy. You just grab one of the values and remove it, and then decrease the count, right? So maybe grab the last value and remove it. The other thing I wanted to show you was, when you want a list in real life, you don't make your own list. You either use a vector or an array list. They're very similar in Java, but there are differences. And so here's an article, this geeksforgeeks.org, vectors versus array lists in Java. They have some interesting things here. They're basically your bag class. So what you made is very similar to an array list or a vector. And you can, so this is us creating one in Java. And you guys have probably done this before, but now you know what this is, right? Now you've done a generic class, and you don't have to put it here. This is optional. You can put the T thing here, but you don't have to. Put it also here. So it's new array list, but as long as you specify the type here, like ball, like we did over here, we're good. All right, so what else is interesting about this? Oh yeah, performance array list is faster. So typically you end up using, most of the time programmers will prefer array lists over vectors. There's something else interesting. Oh yeah, data growth. Array lists and vectors both grow and shrink dynamically, okay, to maintain optimal use of storage. But the way they resize is different. Array list increments 50% of the current array size if the number of elements exceeds its capacity, while vector increments 100%, essentially doubling the current array size. So what's interesting is whenever we double, right, we're kind of doing what vector does, which is doubling the size. But we never shrink it. So that's a little different. So hopefully that makes sense. And yeah, so now you have a full understanding of how these generic container classes work. See you next lecture video.